We are Further Seems Forever at Self-Help Fest for Music Connection magazine. I'm Steve. I'm on drums for Further Seems Forever, and
I'm Chad. I am very handsome, and I play bass.
And I'm Jason. I sing. Oh, the immense riches and the power and the... No, I don't know. We just... I don't know. Why are we back?
She's not asking we. She's asking
she's asking me. Okay, all right. I'm back because I like making music with these guys, and always did. We're a lot older now, and we decided maybe we wanted to jump back in the saddle again and do it.
Right. Well, we have a couple different lineups, obviously. We reunited with Chris, our original singer. He actually moved back to Florida from New York in like 2007, and we were just sort of kicking around the idea of writing some music and doing stuff again.
Well,
and then go ahead.
I was just saying, like, it's kind of a weird timeline because before that, I mean, we're all friends and we would just hang out,
Yeah.
And Chris had his own studio, and it kind of just evolved into like, hey, let's play some songs. Oh no, we can't talk.
And you are?
Derek Cordova.
The guitarist for
Nice,
Further.
long shot. I do have an answer though. I have a realistic answer of why we're here, why we're touring right now. This festival, Self-Help. I mean, they asked us to reunite, and that was like kind of the...
Yeah, it was the catalyst.
Yeah, it was the catalyst. It was like kind of the first offer that we got, and
We were going back before that, but yeah, definitely with this lineup, it was the catalyst.
Yeah.
It was the catalyst
Yeah.
to weed out the weak.
no, I think it's just an offer came in, and we were like, yeah, let's do this. That'd be fun. Really, for no like specific reason. I mean,
It just got us talking really about okay, there's interest. It's California. Maybe we can build a tour around self-help, and that's what ended up happening.
But I think even before that, over the years, we've always had people in our ears saying that this album has meant a lot to us. And Steve and I have been playing, we wrote a record, Penny Black, with Josh and Nick and Chris in 2011, and it came out in 2012, and we did a bunch of shows, and we did a tour on that, and we got a lot of people talking about this record and Jason and this lineup, and it was interesting to hear them say this record meant a lot to them, and over that time frame, it kind of just got us thinking, oh wow, this meant a lot to people too. And really, this lineup was the longest incarnation of Further Seems Forever. We did the most in this lineup. We toured the most. We did a lot with this lineup. So there's something special in its own right with this lineup.
yeah, it just happened to be great timing.
Yeah.
We were feeling it. People were feeling it.
Yeah.
They asked us to play this festival. We said, let's do it. It'd be so much fun.
Let's do some dates leading out to this area, so since we're on the East Coast. So.
You know what's awesome about this, and as you get older, you realize that nothing has to be finite. It's like we did the whole record label thing, and we don't have to answer to anybody. We don't have to commit to anything. We do it because we love to do it. So we just do it when we want to do it, when it's right and when we feel like it. So we could say, hey, in a couple of months we want to do more shows, or in a couple of years we want to do more shows. And it's all about what we want to do and no one else. And that's the way we started the band, and that's the way it should be. It's not about being pressured into it, and that's kind of what led to kind of the demise of the band, and agitating band members and making things really uncomfortable. So this is really the best way the best possible situation, and we're very lucky to be in it.
If it's fun and you're loving it, keep going with it, But when it becomes more of a job than something you love to do, then checks and balances, as far as priorities.
I can't say it better than it's already been said by Ian McKay. Don't worry about being professional, worry about being good. Just worry about having fun. Worry about your craft, worry about making good music, worry about being original. Don't worry about playing big shows, and just have a good time. Worry about affecting change, worry about affecting the world and affecting people, in a way that only music can. And even that can affect yourself, healing yourself. And then it all comes. It'll all come after that. Don't worry about anything else.
Try not to if you don't have to.
I got insight on that. This is more for the person going into the band, or into the band too. But one of the really cool things that I think about, like when I think about like the sort of storied past of Further Seems Forever, is that like every different singer in the band brought something totally different to the table. You know what I mean? Like. Totally, like the records are so cohesive, but they're also like vastly different, like in melodies and lyrical themes and everything. But I guess the point of me saying that is that, like, if you're gonna go through lineup changes, like make sure that the person that you're bringing in or the person you're looking to bring in, that like you're looking for that person, not necessarily like a replacement for whoever you're replacing, because that's important. I mean, that's the thing too, is like, like to go back to what Chad was saying before, that like, do it because it's fun, not because it's work. Like, being a musician is like such a privilege. Being able to go on tour is such a privilege. So be yourself and like, be creative, and like there's no point in sounding like someone else, really. The best music sounds like what it sounds like.
Yeah, and you'll never sound like someone else anyway. Even if you try, you just sound like a cheap imitation of somebody. So you might as well try to find your own voice and just add whatever it is that you can add to the lineup. So, yeah, I mean, there's a positive side to lineup changes, is it brings in fresh blood and new inspiration, and it might take you down a different road, writing-wise and playing-wise, than you would have otherwise done. But of course, it can be a big transition as well for you and your fans. So luckily, the fans that we've had have been pretty amazing, to have stuck with us this long through. I mean, so many people come up to us and say, "Oh, I've seen you with every lineup." You know what I mean? And I love all of them for different reasons, So I think if you're doing something good and you bring in good people, then that offer something, I think it works.
But be prepared, because when they come in, being in a band, collaborating with people, it's a lot of work. So it's not just it's about the personality, gelling with their personality just as much as their musicianship. Even more so. You can conform to their musicianship. The musician can grow. It's much harder for their personality to change. And I think that me and Steve, for instance, have been playing together for 20-something, almost 25 years. And we've grown, like, exponentially, like, over those years. And, that has grown over time. And that will only grow over time. But personality-wise, that is priceless. That was something that you will only gel with, much like you do with like a spouse. Being in a band with somebody is like being in a family with somebody.
It's like second family. Yeah.
So if a band member leaves, they can be, I will say, tempers flare when you're in a band. You must try to persevere and be level-headed, because it's much easier to try to resolve a situation than find a new band member, because it is a lot of work to get back to where you left off. You can do it, you can get past it, but you really have to work. We worked very hard to get back to where we left off.
Couple
Two
times.
And maybe we didn't. I don't know. But I know it's a lot of hard work, and it's not for everybody. So make sure that if you're bringing someone into the band, that you really do get along with them. That's much more important than their syncopated paradiddle flame chop rim shots with shrimp.
Wow.
I just made that up.
Oh, that was drummer
That was
speak.
fake drum.
I'm not even a drummer. That's just funny drum speak.
That is funny drum speak.
I honestly, I don't think I would change anything. Because you can play that game. It's a game. I mean,
Yeah, it's funny because my initial reaction, I agree with you, Chad. My initial reaction when you asked that question was going to be to say, make a second record with these guys. But then Hide Nothing wouldn't have existed. So, John would have never sang in the band. So, like...
yeah, I mean, it's easy to
So
say.
it's hard to change history like that,
I mean, you can't do that,
I think
this manager, this guy.
I
blah,
think
blah,
if you're happy with where you're at, then you have to take the good and the bad in the past. If you're not happy where you're at, then maybe you can play the game and say, well, if I'd only done this. But if you're happy with where you're at, you have to say, okay, this was bad, but it led me here, which was good. And okay, I had to go through something hard to get there, but it got me to this point. So I'm happy where I'm at, and I'm going to take, I needed all those experiences to be here.
I agree with you. And also, nothing is truly worth having unless you work hard for it. So, shout out to our fans.
Yeah, I want to thank
Self-Help Fest,
for having
yeah.
us, and A Day to Remember, and it's cool to see Under Oath, and it's just
August Burns Red.
and just pretty cool being here in San Bernardino, this area.
And Music Connection Magazine for having us.
Yeah.